In a peaceful corner of the world, where sunbeams danced softly through emerald leaves and gentle breezes whispered sweet lullabies, there lived two very different friends. One was Samuel the Sloth, who loved nothing more than hanging upside down from his favorite branch, watching clouds drift lazily across the sky. The other was Chester the Cheetah, who usually spent his days gracefully moving through the grasslands, though lately he had been learning to appreciate the quieter moments in life. Samuel and Chester had become the most unlikely of friends during one particularly peaceful sunset, when Chester had wandered into the forest seeking shade. He found Samuel contentedly munching on tender leaves, taking the tiniest, most delicate bites anyone had ever seen. Something about Samuel's peaceful nature made Chester pause and smile. One dreamy afternoon, as golden light filtered through the canopy above, Samuel and Chester were sharing a quiet moment beneath the ancient tree where Samuel lived. The soft sounds of the forest surrounded them like a gentle blanket, leaves rustling softly, birds cooing sweet melodies, and a distant stream flowing with peaceful determination. "You know, Chester," Samuel said in his slow, gentle voice, each word floating like a feather on the breeze, "I've always wondered what it would be like to take a long, peaceful journey through the forest together." He smiled softly at his friend, his eyes half closed in contentment. Chester, who had been learning to appreciate Samuel's unhurried way of life, nodded thoughtfully. "What a lovely idea, my friend. We could make it into a peaceful race, not about who's fastest, but about enjoying every moment of the journey." And so, on a misty morning, when the world was soft and new, Samuel and Chester began their gentle adventure. The morning dew sparkled like tiny stars on every leaf and flower, and the forest was wrapped in a cozy blanket of calm. They decided their destination would be the ancient wisdom tree that grew beside the sleepy river far across the valley. Samuel moved with his characteristic peaceful grace, taking time to notice every beautiful detail along the way. He watched dewdrops sliding down leaves, observed butterflies gently landing on flowers, and smiled at the soft patterns sunlight made as it danced through the trees. Chester, usually so quick, found himself slowing down to match his friend's peaceful pace. He discovered the joy of feeling soft grass beneath his paws, of pausing to watch clouds shape-shift in the gentle breeze, and of listening to the soothing songs of birds high in the trees. As they journeyed together, they passed through meadows filled with swaying wildflowers, their petals nodding dreamily in the warm afternoon light. They crossed streams where water trickled melodiously over smooth stones, creating nature's own lullaby. They rested in patches of dappled sunlight, sharing quiet moments and gentle smiles. Other animals they met along the way were curious about their unusual journey. A wise old owl, who was preparing for his daytime sleep, hooted softly, "What matters most is not how quickly you travel, but how much peace you find along the way." As the sun began its slow dance toward the horizon, painting the sky in soft shades of pink and gold, Samuel and Chester found themselves approaching the wisdom tree. The ancient tree's branches stretched out like welcoming arms, its leaves whispering secrets carried on the evening breeze. They reached their destination together, neither ahead nor behind, but side by side as true friends should be. They settled beneath the wisdom tree's protective canopy, watching as stars began to twinkle softly in the darkening sky. You know, Samuel, Chester said with a peaceful yawn, I never knew how beautiful everything could be when you take the time to truly see it. Thank you for teaching me to slow down and appreciate the quiet moments. Samuel smiled sleepily at his friend. And thank you, Chester, for showing me that even the fastest can find joy in moving slowly sometimes. As night settled gently around them like a soft blanket, the two friends rested beneath the wisdom tree, their hearts full of contentment. The moon rose slowly in the sky, casting silver light through the leaves above, while crickets began their evening lullaby. They had discovered that the truest victory wasn't about being fast or slow, but about finding peace in your own perfect pace. As they drifted off to sleep, the forest wrapped them in its tranquil embrace, the stars twinkling softly overhead like nature's own nightlight. And so, dear sleepy friends, as Samuel and Chester rest peacefully beneath the wisdom tree, remember that life's most beautiful moments often come when we take time to notice the quiet magic all around us. Let your thoughts drift as gently as leaves on a summer breeze, knowing that tomorrow will bring new adventures, each one perfect in its own peaceful way. The night grew deeper, the forest's lullaby grew softer, and all was calm and peaceful in that special corner of the world where a sloth and a cheetah had discovered the true meaning of friendship and the beauty of moving at exactly the right pace, your own.